Beautiful people, today we are ranking every single play style. It's time for an update. You see the tiers, I'm coming with opinions. There's a comment section as per usual. We have broken, rank 1 foot champs, debatable in the pine. And the reality, we had a hard patch, a soft patch. There's been some changes and I stand by that. And hopefully I don't stand to be corrected. You gotta let me know. Acrobatic, definitely not a Mando. Players that will pop into your quick overview or your Pokedex, your database. Holland, maybe that Gareth Bale. It's far from being a game changer. You do unlock some different animations, but it wouldn't be that high on my priority list. I'll throw it into a debatable. Moving onward and upwards. Aerial, where do we want to place it? Defensively or set pieces or in collaboration with other play styles? This is most definitely important. You're looking out for it. That could be the asterisk or the disclaimer, but aerial is probably required in rank 1, especially now that we're getting more players that have 2 or even after Team of the Year 3 Playstyle Plus Gold Editions. If this is one of them on the defensive end for a center back, even a striker, value is value. Anticipate, we've seen this as the highest priority amongst defenders. It gives you better percentages of overtaking challenges. You're getting favorable animations. Your RNG is more favorable towards you. You might think of one of the mini Saliba iterations. He's had quite a few different items. That new Renard, Kanate, Objective, who I'd still argue is well beyond competent present day. Block, that's a goodie, but it's not gonna take you to greatness. At least not amongst the defensive playstyles. There's others that I would prefer. Speaking of, Bruiser, this has been the biggest come up. And after the patch, even before the patch, we're talking Rodri, Teo Hernandez, that center back Holland, Virgil, Van Dijk. It matters tremendously. Chip shot is heading to the pine, and I played those errors, especially the old school FIFA installments, back post diagonal chips. If you know, then you know. Dead ball, and I usually have this in the debatable, but every single time the comment section erupts, talking about the importance of some of the placement for set pieces, what you can do, how you can unlock opportunity, your conversion rates, the value of dead ball. I'll take it up to the weekend. I understand. It's still not my first choice. I would rather trade it for many other play styles. But if you have an individual that is a specialist, similar to real life, your conversion rate increases. And some might say you feel more insured. Speaking of, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And since I've implemented the kits, we've been scoring goals for fun. Highlights everywhere. So we're keeping that on repeat. Finesse shot, where do we begin? The curvature, the new angles you can score from, some of the combination, the value and the danger and the deception. This playstyle can only be in one location and absolutely broken. And ironically, people talk about or we showcase the long distance finesse shots, but after some of the patches inside the box, some of you will swear by Harry Kane. We could talk Johan Cruyff or Pateus, Cole Palmer, Sonaldo. We can keep listing players. And presently speaking, the respect that you will receive on the virtual pitch if your attackers can unleash, no second guessing, short-term, mid-term, and long-term, lot of range, through the roof. First touch, I'm conflicted because if you combine this with either Trivela or Finesse, you might get yourself at least another second of time to work with. You can whip it in, first touch is clean, you can set up that shooting opportunity, that finishing, or that 1v1. So as a combination, I would have first touch in foot champs. However, if it's the only playstyle that an individual has, it's less valuable. It needs to be combined with something else. Flair, we made so many highlights together, but the pine is calling. They're picking up. Pinged pass, and my disclaimer as I go to rank 1, if you have pinged pass plus while combining other playstyles specifically in passing, the speed, the movement, some of the passes you unlock, the completion rate, the space that you can find, the relevance through the roof. I might be yelling it off the rafters, but Kevin De Bruyne is a perfect example. Rodri has had multiple upgrades. We could talk Vitinha or Guru. There's full swing here. Intercept for a center mid or a holding midfielder. Talk to me nice. Step into space. No second guessing. Make it natural. Make it easy. Whether you're doing it manually or you got some AI assistance, there's value here. Jockey, and this could be a hot take, I'm a full-on manual defender. I'm not getting AI nothing. And whether you're out wide, you're centrally based, or centrally located, Jockey changes items. I love this playstyle. Personal preference, plenty of bias. Can I give you a few player examples? Because I will. Paolo Maldini, the best to do it. That new Cafu, full range. Eder Militao, Fermi Frimpong. Are you feeling the trend? Long ball pass and on record, I've always been a fan. But after the newest patches, because you can ground pass, there are more options for some versatility, some pass and move to find lanes of space. I'm taking it down to rank 1. The reason it was such high-end priority for the majority of this year is because you couldn't split the defense. And long throw will unlock nothing for you. I actually feel that EA is trolling us with this playstyle. We saw some individuals get a playstyle plus recently. If anything, the Pine's not doing a service to long ball plus. We should take it even a notch lower. Incisive passing, talk to me nice. There's only one position that feels naughty and nice. It feels right. Doesn't need to be in December. We're going broken. You will find optionality like never before. Release points a little bit quicker. Splitting defenses through balls for days, for weeks, for months. On repeat. Passes that just weren't possible. The Ram in motion, power header. It's such a specific use or specific case, not a requirement. And it has to also be associated with someone who might already have aerial and other physical traits and characteristics to even have a chance to maximize this benefit. Press proven. So many of you swear by it. A lot of the little touches, a little more control if somebody's pressing you. I believe some of this is in your head, can be a placebo. I'm also okay with having press proven in-foot champs, good enough for the weekend. Quick step, nasty work. I'm going to rank 1, maybe in a different time period. I would give it the notch to broken, but I just feel that some of the players that have this are that damn good. It's not actually the play style alone that has made them have that additional boost. We're talking about the Vinny Juniors or the Sophia Smiths, the Pele, Mbappe, and R9. You see the company that I'm dealing with, which leads me nicely into rapid, and I would prefer rapid to quick step, especially with similar players if you have a 1-to-1. Relentless, it hasn't inflated or deflated. It's kind of been in marketplace. If you have a midfielder, Relentless is highly beneficial. You're going to notice this play style. The same can be said if you have a fullback with Relentless, because they're running back and forth the entirety of the game. Come that 70th minute, 75th minute, you don't want to get smoked. You don't want to get burnt. You want to get left out for dry. As players hit that fatigue, this can come in as a nice little extra perk. It does depend on positional. Slide tackle, I don't need it. Worst defensive play style without a question. To the point that I'm just tossing it in the pine. I just don't quite grasp the big shift or the separation or the additional skill gap amongst this playstyle in particular. Technical, we're talking rank 1, and certain individuals, players will float. That R1 dribbling, I'm seeing things with Phil Foden. Musiala, not new to the ordeal. Messi, some of the cleanest touches that you're gonna see. Putting playstyle to an individual. Tiki-taka, and hear me out because I'm moving it down to rank 1. Earlier this year, if you wanted to pass on the ground, you wanted 1-2s and quick passing, and you wanted to play and replicate the beautiful game, it was a requirement. But after a hard patch into a soft patch into maybe another hard patch, we are now able to find space. You don't have to have tiki-taka. It's still good to go. It's green lit. I support it. Even if it's not a playstyle plus, but a standard playstyle, that helps as well. If you can get an attacker in particular with tiki-taka, the passing will improve. But I don't feel that it is as broken as it was previously. And I don't know if that's unfair, but the game shifted, and I'm giving some priority to a few other playstyles. Trickster, broken. What you can do with a player that has the skills and the pace, and then you're adding in the fake shots that come with Trickster, dynamic. You can turn a defender, you can roast, toast, and coast. You can do this for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I've even seen slower players get much more usable. Travella, rank 1 because I'd love to have it, but I still score so many Travellas without players that have this characteristic or trait or play style. Versus if you want to go the finesse route, you need it. Whipped pass, it does unlock different speed of passing, different completion rates, different passes in general. I'm seeing plenty of wing play, but not a lot of goal scoring direct from out wide. I think that's a fair observation, especially at the higher levels. If you're playing Division 1 Elite Foot Champs and you're getting some real W's under your belt, if you keep stat lines, I'd love to know how many goals you're scoring from direct crosses that are not off a set piece. And last but not least, we have power shot. I don't know if it's as strong as it once was, but I don't think I'd feel comfortable not having power shot in broken because it changes the offensive approach if you like. You can draw those corner kicks. You can score different types of goals outside the box, inside the box. The load up time is so much quicker. It's like Sonic the Hedgehog got some sort of boost. From inside the box to right around the edge to long distances. Worst case scenarios, in many circumstances, the goalkeeper can't hold it. You're drawing corners. You're keeping possession. You're putting on the pressure. By definition, broken feels right. And that's where we're going to wrap up the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. And as always, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.